My father was dying in his hospital bed while my siblings discussed inheritance. At least Sarah doesn't have any debt, they laughed. That's when I pulled out my bank statement showing $2.3 million, and their faces changed. My name is Sarah Miller. I'm 34 years old, and in my family, I've always been known as the broke one. Today, that perception will change forever. Walking down the hospital corridor, my heart was racing. Dad's condition had worsened, and the doctors had asked the family to gather. As I approached the room, I could hear my siblings' voices. The company's worth at least $800,000, my older brother Michael was saying. Add the house, and we're talking about roughly $1.2 million. My sister Jennifer, always the family princess, nodded with a smile. At least Sarah doesn't have any debt. Even if we don't have anything to give her, at least she won't ask us for money. I stopped at the door, focusing on breathing. For 20 years, I'd been listening to conversations like this. When I went to nursing school, they asked, "Why didn't you study business?" When I started my first job, they said, "Nurses don't make much money." When I bought my house, they warned, "Taking out loans is easy, paying them back is hard." None of them knew the truth. I entered the room. Dad, Robert Miller, looked pale and weak, but his eyes were still alert. When he saw me, he smiled slightly. "Sarah, you finally made it," he said in a weak voice. Michael and Jennifer turned to me. Michael had his usual superior expression. "Oh, Sarah, we were just telling you that after Dad's gone, maintaining the house will be expensive. Maybe selling it would make more sense." "Yes," Jennifer added. "You're already paying rent, right? The real estate market is really good right now." I sat down next to Dad and took his hand. It was cold but still strong. "Sarah," Dad said, "did you bring that envelope?" Yes, the envelope. The one I'd been carrying in my bag, wanting to give to Dad for months but never having the courage. "What envelope?" Michael asked, frowning. I opened my bag and pulled out the thick, cream-colored envelope. Miller Family Trust was written on it. "What's this?" Jennifer asked, approaching curiously. "An account report," I said calmly. "A financial summary of the past 15 years. Michael laughed. "Sarah, are you keeping track of your nursing salary? Isn't that a bit ridiculous?" I opened the envelope and pulled out the first document, an investment account report from Morgan Stanley. The large number at the top, $2,347,892.15. "What is this?" Jennifer whispered. "My net worth," I said, "as of last month." Silence. My two siblings stared at the document, then at me, then back at the document. This must be fake," Michael said, his voice trembling. I pulled out the second document, Real Estate Portfolio Report. 5 properties in 3 different cities. Total value, $1.8 million. "What's this?" Jennifer asked, now speaking in whispers. "My real estate investments. I bought the first one in 2015. In Chicago, when nobody was investing in that area. Now its value has tripled." I pulled out the third document, business contract, company name, Miller, Healthcare Consulting, LLC. I don't know this company," Michael said, "because I changed my name. Professionally, I use Sarah M. Miller. My company provides efficiency consulting for hospitals. Last year, our revenue was $850,000. Dad was smiling. "Continue, Sarah. Tell them everything." I pulled out the fourth document, patent certificate. Software I developed for nurse call system optimization. I own the patent rights, currently used by 127 hospitals. Jennifer leaned against the table. This can't be real." "It's real," I said. "And this is just the beginning." Fifth document, Harvard Business School, online, MBA certificate. I got it in 2018. I worked nights at the hospital, attended school in the evenings. Nobody knew because you told me it was a waste of time. Nurses don't need MBAs. Michael shook his head. No, no, this isn't possible. You're just a nurse. I'm not just a nurse. I'm a businesswoman, a healthcare industry expert, an investor. And yes, I'm still a nurse because I love this job. I pulled out the sixth document, pre-approval letter from Bank of America. Limit, $500,000. What's this for? Jennifer asked. To buy Dad's company. You estimated its value at $800,000. I'm offering $600,000. Cash. Silence. Only the sound of Dad's breathing could be heard. Why? Michael asked, his voice cracking. Because this company is Dad's life work, and I won't let you run it into the ground. I pulled out the seventh document, Miller Construction's financial reports from the last 6 months. The company is about to go bankrupt. Customer loss is 60%. Cash flow is negative $45,000 monthly. Don't you know this? Michael's face went white. How did you find these? Because I hired the accounting firm. Dad asked me for help, but he kept quiet so you wouldn't know the situation. Dad squeezed my hand. Sarah knows everything. She's been keeping the company afloat for the last 2 years. What? Jennifer stood up. How is this possible? I transfer $15,000 to Dad's account every month. I pay your salaries, office rent, electricity bills. I asked him not to tell you because I knew you'd make it a pride issue. Michael collapsed into a chair. For 2 years. You've been paying our salaries? Yes. And I don't want to continue this situation. Either I take over the company and fix it, or I sell it and invest the money elsewhere. I pulled out the eighth document, business plan. Miller Healthcare Construction, 2024 Vision Plan. What's this? Jennifer asked. I'm going to focus the company on hospital construction. Thanks to my network, 3 project contracts are already ready. I'm targeting $2.3 million in revenue for the first year. How did you accomplish all this? Michael asked. I took a deep breath. Because when you belittle someone, they work harder to prove themselves. Every just a nurse comment made me stronger. I pulled out the 9th document, land sale contract. What's this? Jennifer asked. The 50-acre land Dad wanted to sell. I bought it. Last week. Why? Because a new hospital will be built there. I saw it in the metro planning. The land value will increase tenfold in 3 years. Dad tried to laugh but had a coughing fit. With my nursing reflexes, I brought the water glass to his lips. Is there more? Michael asked, his voice now showing amazement rather than anger. I pulled out the 10th and final document, letter from the law firm. Miller Family Foundation Establishment Documents. $500,000 starting capital. Purpose: to provide healthcare education scholarships to children from low-income families. A foundation? Jennifer asked. Yes. In Dad's name. Robert Miller, Memorial Healthcare Education Foundation. It will keep his name alive and help children in need. Dad had tears in his eyes. Sarah, did you do all this for me? For all of you, because that's what family is. You support each other. You don't belittle each other. Michael stood up and walked to the window. I treated you so badly, Sarah. Yes, you did. I apologize. Jennifer also came to me. Me too. We all misunderstood you. You didn't misunderstand. You ignored. There's a difference. Dad squeezed my hand tighter. I'm proud of you, Sarah. You're a real Miller. I always was, Dad. You just forgot to see it. I pulled out the 11th document. Surprise? What's this? Michael asked. Your mortgage documents. Michael, your house. Jennifer, yours too. What? Both were shocked. I bought your mortgages from the banks. Now you owe me. What does this mean? Jennifer asked. It means I can take your houses whenever I want. Or I can cancel the debt and give them to you as gifts. Silence. What will you do? Michael asked. I don't know yet. It depends on how you treat me from now on. Dad smiled. You were always the smartest, Sarah. I had to be smart to survive. Jennifer started crying. Sarah, we didn't know about your achievements because you never asked. You never wondered. Every time I came, you only asked, how's work? I'd say, fine. No other questions came. Why didn't you tell us? Michael asked. Because you wouldn't have believed me. You'd say, Sarah's exaggerating, or she got lucky. You'd never say, you succeeded, congratulations. Dad coughed. Sarah, the company is yours. The foundation is yours. Everything is yours. You decide what to do. No, Dad. The company is ours. A family company. But from now on, I'm managing it. Michael, you'll be operations director. Jennifer, you'll be marketing director, but with my rules. What rules? Michael asked. Rule 1, nobody belittles anyone. Rule 2, everyone knows their job and doesn't interfere. Rule 3, no business talk at family meetings. Agreed, Michael said. Agreed, Jennifer said. Dad smiled. Sarah, you've become a real leader. I didn't become one, Dad. I always was. I just never got the chance to show it. I pulled out the 12th and truly final document. What's this? Jennifer asked. Dad's treatment bill. $847,000. Private clinic, best doctors, experimental treatment. I paid it. Dad was shocked. What? But insurance? Insurance only covered $50,000. The rest was from me. Sarah, Dad said, his eyes filling with tears. How? Why? Because I love you, Dad. That's what family is. Money doesn't talk. Love talks. Michael and Jennifer were both crying now. We never understood you, Jennifer said. Now you do. That's enough. Dad kissed my hand. Sarah, you are my pride. I always tried to earn your pride, Dad. Now I understand I didn't need to. My own pride was enough. Michael approached. Sarah, can we start over? Of course. But this time on equal terms. How equal? Jennifer asked. I'm no longer poor Sarah. I'm just Sarah, and you're my siblings. Not rich or poor, just siblings. Dad coughed again, more severely this time. I pressed the nurse call button with my nursing reflexes. Everything will be fine, Dad. The company is safe, the family is safe, and you'll get better too. Sarah, even if I don't get better, I'm at peace now. You've handled everything. No, Dad. We'll handle everything. Together. The doctor came in and asked us to step outside. While waiting in the corridor, Jennifer came to me. Sarah, I apologize. Really. I accept, Jennifer. How did you save all this money? Simple. I didn't spend it. I invested it. Every month, I allocated 70% of my income to investments. For 15 years. How did you live? Modestly. In a small house with an old car, cheap clothes, but I lived happily. Michael also came over. Sarah, I didn't know you were this smart. You knew, Michael. You just wouldn't accept it. What happens now? Now we'll be a real family. Money won't talk. Love will talk. The doctor came out. His condition is stable. You can limit your visits, but he's improving. We went back in. Dad was sleeping, but looked peaceful. Sarah, Jennifer said, can you teach us? Investing, starting a business, money management? Sure. But first you need to learn something. What? Not how to make money, but why you want to make it. I made money for my family. Why do you want to make money? Michael thought. I don't know. I always thought money had to be made. Wrong reason. Money is a tool, not a goal. What's your goal? Jennifer answered. To be a family. A real family. Right answer. Money only becomes meaningful then. Dad opened his eyes. Sarah, you are my greatest achievement. No, Dad, we will be your greatest achievement. All together. And at that moment, I realized that real wealth wasn't money. Real wealth was being in a family where you're loved and valued. I had achieved both now. The next day, Dad was discharged. When he came home, a new picture was hanging in the living room. It said, Miller Family 2024. And this time, we were all in the photo. Equal size, equal importance. Because that's how families should be. Nobody superior to others, everyone equally valuable, and I had finally truly come home.